Hi all. So it is 6:30 on a Sunday morning. As you can see, it is still pitch black out there. So you could quite rightly ask, what the hell am I doing up at this time in the morning? Well, there's a motorsport, kind of a demo day, I think it is, up at Brooklands. Yeah, the Brooklands, the first ever racetrack, I believe, in the world, first ever purpose-built racetrack in the world. And the motor club I'm a member of and do auto solos with, sometimes Farnborough District Motor Club, are running a demo of a sort of an auto solo AutoTest kind of thing up there, but it's actually on some of the original tarmac, no, not tarmac because it's concrete, some of the very original track, and to say I'm a little bit excited about it, I am. That's why I'm up at this time in the morning. Anyway, I've got the most important thing to get me going in the morning. I'm just about to have some breakfast, and then I've got to try and sneak off really quietly up the road in the HayaBusa without waking any neighbours up. So I'll update you probably when I get up to the track.
So just arrived here at Brooklands, queuing to get in. And it looks like I'm the only person who's not in a modern Fiat 500, judging by the queue in front. I think there's, because of being at Brooklands, I assume most of this was going to be classic car stuff, but judging by what's going past in trailers, there's going to be a bit of all sorts. Actually, there's the test hill. I'm hoping I might be able to get a go on that later. Over here, I think. Right, so I've done a little practice run of the auto test. You can see there's some fantastic cars, so I'll have a wander around in a minute. But most importantly, we're parked over by the coffee. So, go get a coffee first and let's have a look, because it looks like there's some really great stuff here today. Cappuccino sorted, time for a wander. I've been up here for years, but I remember there's a lot of the original buildings still here. This stuff, and then the car show. Let's have a wander down. I haven't really got a map or anything of the event, so this is going to be a little bit random and may end up with lots of odd cuts, but I can only apologise for that. You get to see some really famous names here. So we've got Malcolm Campbell, which I assume is the actual shed he used, because I know a lot of his cars were built here. Let's have a quick look. Map of the old track. I think where I am today doing this solo is about there, so it's actually on a bit of the old track. See why they call them horseless carriages, isn't it? I guess this is set up how one of the offices were. This is the normal museum, it's nothing to do with the show. This is what you can come see any day of the week.
Oh yes, yeah. Just a ride down through it.
You picked up a nail, have you?
No, it's a screw. We don't do nails here.
Oh right, okay. I bet you wish you didn't do screws either at the moment. You going to be firing this up, or you?
Yes, in a moment. It won't hurt. No, that'll be £300, please. That's what a dentist does.
Oh, that's it. We would go for scooping down. Right. One, two, six.
Thank you very much.
8.
Yeah, this is only just been rebuilt.
The pump. Both mics on. First gear. Everybody clear? 4 on the back. Okay, off we go, guys.
Alright, hurry up. That's it.
That's not something you get to see every day, is it? I'm pretty sure it's a 24 litre, it's what they call a W12, so it's 4 banks of 4 cylinders but in a W configuration, so kind of like a V8 but with another 4 cylinders slotted in the middle. I can actually feel the exhaust on me here. Wow, well that's made my day, and I haven't even looked around 10% of what's here yet. This place is basically where British motorsport started. So the whole industry we've got in the UK can pretty well trace its roots back to here. And all these garages were the equivalent of the original, what is now these huge McLaren and Mercedes and all that up near Milton Keynes and all around there. It's the equivalent. There's no coincidence this one's blue. Are many of these being taken out for a run today? Are they all going out for a run, or just the Bluebird going, or?
Not that we know.
Oh right, okay. Things change as the day goes on. Oh, is it? Oh, I got that one wrong then. It's just painted a blue colour. So they put this old girl on, basically on roller skates, and then they push it out. See, those would be really handy in my garage. Leyland Thomas. I wonder if that's Thomas as in Parry Thomas. Just to prove I don't know what I'm talking about. As I was corrected by one of the museum helpers, this is not a Bluebird. I was mistaken by the colour. You see, for those who think that aero is a new thing, look at that. Proper aero going on. What are we looking at? I can't see. It's a 1931 with a 750 engine, 115 mile an hour. I don't know what a 750 engine would be making in those days, but not a lot. So the aero must have been pretty good. It's not just four wheels. They used to race bikes around here as well. We'll go and have a look at the track in a minute. Pretty astounding. Push bikes, I can't imagine they were around here. And, well, some would say that was ahead of its time. Some would say it was a daft white elephant, but there we go. I wouldn't like to say either way. I think it probably qualifies for both. How many watching used to ride around one of those when you were a kid, thinking you were the coolest thing in town? More stuff. I don't think they ever had what would be called a Grand Prix here because it was closed before sort of Formula One started. It's about as tidy as my garage. Some of these names were really big. Tiny the Cooper is. You realise how small or how big F1 cars have become. What I need to do is, for my project actually, is have a look at where the steering attaches in front or behind of the front wheels. Like, if you follow that thing I'm doing, the book said to put it behind, but you can see here there's Formula One cars in front. I kind of think whatever an F1 car does is a good thing, but this is Formula E, which is in front as well. Eat your dinner off of it, can you? So, a sucker for the old MG, you know, this thing with the wings running down into the side. Beautiful wood steering wheel. There's enough for modern equivalent. Is that Babs? I think it might be. I thought Babs was down at the museum at Pendine, but closed it. No, not too sure. Do a number plate thing. There's actually 2 people in this. You don't know, is this Babs?
No,
It's not. So I thought Babs was at Pendine. Looks kind of similar, doesn't it?
yeah, it's designed by the same bloke.
Is it? Yeah. Oh, okay. Is this before or after? This is Babs Mark 0, is that? Anyway, we better just have a quick look at this because it'd be rude to be here and not look at that icon of British. Well, I suppose you should say British and French, but we just say British, shall we? A British design. So I was lucky enough to see this flying once over Goodwood at Revival lots of years ago. It's if I remember correctly, it's a recreation or a copy, whatever you want to call it, of a Vickers Vimy that flew maybe first across the Atlantic. And then there's stuff. Now, where'd you go in this? Bloody hell. It makes a microlight look substantial. Right, so I found this video today, you keep hearing. It's because I bought a keyring that I thought I'd be able to find easily when I was on holiday. I didn't realise is when you press it, it does that. So every time I bend over, my pocket squeaks. Anyway, there we go. So we can innovate in Britain. You know, we really can innovate when we try.
Brilliant. So never know the season. It takes part. So you get on a front. You like front.
Opal Manta. Long time since I've seen one of these. It's the motor club I'm doing the demos with. Now this would definitely be one in my garage. People building replicas of those. I gotta say, maybe that should be. Not enough hours in the day. I need someone to give me enough money to retire so that I can do all the different projects I want to do. Oh, and give me enough money for a nice big workshop. I guess it's best sometimes to dream, isn't it? I don't know, is that a NASCAR? I think it is. Those things I was queued behind.
You've only got a tire trade about. And the new one.
You have just to make your way to the Napier-Railton.
Now the valves are lubricated, or you just have a lot of heavy wear on them. There doesn't seem to be any oil or anything on that.
Right off the pump house, and you look at it. Up the white water staircase, in the wooden doors. There you will see before you, Phil Ward. You'll see Chester Engine, and they are ready to sign you on. Please make sure you've got your helmets so they can tick that box. And also your driving license, preferably in analog form.
Where we're doing the solo.
You are offering 1 lap around the AutoTest circuit for a fiver. You don't need to be a member of anything, you don't need to have joined anything. You just need to go and pay £5 and sign your life away.
Okay, so
This is what I'll be doing a bit of. The most basic form of motorsport. Literally, you can do in your own family car or hot hatch. I mean, it's way wider than a modern track. Craft, but Christ, look at this.
No worries. No question. Yeah.
Totally see why they used to call them kites, innit? So that's a Hurricane. I don't know if they'll have a Spitfire here. You can see how there's quite a fat wing on the Hurricane. It's part of the reason, my understanding, part of the reason it was quite a bit slower. Same Merlin engine, eh? Avro, so where I live in Hamble, was the Avro factory, and my house is on what was part of the airfield. So there's a pretty good chance that this Avro here was built just down the road from my house, and quite possibly first flew from where my house is. Pretty cool, eh? Look. Another sort of Harrier. Let's see if we can get up here. There's cars parked up here, so there must be a way through. I'm hoping you got an impression of this banking and just how steep it is. Look at that. So at the top bit there, I don't know how steep that is. They used to career around this in those huge great big Bentleys and stuff, 100, 120 plus miles an hour. No catch nets, no nothing. Needless to say, a few of them went taking off there, and that was probably the end of their days. And men were real men, eh? And they frequently died doing motorsport. I'll have a little look later, see if I can find my way up there. But I'm going to walk around here because I think I can walk down the hill, which I'm hoping to do later. So I think where I'm doing the solo down there, I think this was like an infield track. You can see where it sort of comes around. And then like a nice sweeping corner down there. I'm not 100% sure. But I'm going to definitely claim to having raced at Brooklands on the real Brooklands track. And if I'm wrong, please don't tell me. Don't shatter that illusion. I said 1905, didn't I? So 1907. I'm not too far out. There's these funny little buildings. So these are actually on the inside of the corner. So for a little adventure. It's weird, isn't it? Oh. Just like tiny little rooms. I don't know if these were some sort of bomb shower. It's a hell of an echo. Yeah, echo. Not too sure. Perhaps it's storage for stuff, because obviously with this being aircraft and stuff during the war, this must have been a target. So there are still sort of Second World War things. I mean, that massive, great big lump of concrete up there. Isn't it funny there's this big event on? Look, there's nobody here. I've got the track to myself. Oh. That's the kind of sad end, look. So that banking, it's just like one day they decided to chop it away, and I don't know if you can just see, there's like houses where there used to be bits of track. Obviously where we are here is like Weybridge, so a proper commuter belt here. I can't imagine if the track had carried on post-war it would have survived long. There'd be so many NIMBYs living here by then. There's no way it could have carried on with motorsport. So apart from a distance being able to hear a PA and a few squealing tyres, it's like I've just been for a walk in the countryside. We seem to be coming back in a civilization. It's funny, isn't it? I wonder why these are stored here. I guess those are the the breakdown things for the revival. It's sort of said that that kind of Goodwood took over where Brooklands ended, because obviously Goodwood started just after the Second World War. Big building here. Let's have a little peek, see what we can see through the window. Doesn't seem to be open. It's a shame, isn't it? Looks like there's some interesting stuff in there. Oh, it's actually like a workshop. Christ, look at that. Aston Martin up on ramps. E-Type. I guess it's like a classic car workshop. Oh dear, I covered those windows, I can't even see it. Right, anyway, this is the bit I was hoping I was going to come to. This is what they call the test hill, which let's just see if we can get perspective here. It used to be, so you start at the bottom, and I think the old cars, they just saw how far up they could get. Let's have a walk down. I don't know, so if I'm holding the camera, kind of, that's horizontal. I mean, that's horizontal there, so you can see the angle of this. I don't know if my walking down here actually gives a clear impression, but it's like, I don't know what it would be, a 1 in 2 or something. It's fairly steep anyway. Got a feeling I'm meant to be the other side of here, not actually walking on the track, but hey, it tapers off a bit, so, oh, there we are, look. So we're not quite as steep now. It'd still be, I'll tell you what, if you come up this first bit, you'd go, Christ, that's a steep hill. So 1 in 8, even this would feel a steepish hill. So should we have a big turnaround at the bottom? Yeah, wow, there we go. There's a few, I guess these are Caterham Challenge cars. I've seen a bit of these on the telly. There is such a thing. It's supposed to be a good value for money racing, but yeah, racing's so expensive. I don't know if there is such a thing. The only trouble with my car is sometimes I want to drive it and I can't actually get near it.
Because that is a donation to the museum.
All fun, eh? Hi, thanks for getting to the end of the video. If you're not already subscribed, please do so now. Just hit the subscribe button and then hit the bell button, and that way YouTube will tell you when there's any new videos. We've got some big plans ahead for the channel, including possibly a car build from scratch. So if you want to get involved with that, now's the time to subscribe. Cheers then, bye.